Hello everyone. Let me share my brief thoughts on a pretty solid game. V Rising. The main highlight, and without a doubt the biggest strength of the game, is its dynamic boss battles. There are plenty of bosses, each one unique with their own abilities. Fights usually have multiple phases and are lively and engaging. Early on, enemies are easier, but the challenge quickly ramps up. Many opponents require different approaches. Some are easier to deal with using ranged spells, while others are better fought with melee weapons. This constantly encourages you to switch up your skills, builds, and tactics. Another strong point is the wide range of abilities and talents. As you defeat bosses, you unlock spells from 6 different magic schools, which can be further upgraded with jewels. There's also a decent variety of weapons. Crafted weapons, in addition to granting extra skills, provide stat bonuses and passive abilities. You can also unlock passive talents using crystals. Alongside combat abilities, you'll also gain various non-combat skills, such as the ability to transform into different animals. The game also benefits from a well-designed open world with villages and towns. Here you can gather resources, hunt animals, humans, and monsters, and collect loot for crafting. There are also a few shops where you can buy recipes and other useful items. The map is large but not overwhelmingly so, with varied biomes and zones suitable for building your castle. Another positive is the base building and crafting system. There's a lot to craft, and as you get closer to the endgame, production chains become increasingly complex. For those who enjoy aesthetics, you can create the castle of your dreams, not only expanding outward, but also building upward with multiple floors. There's an abundance of decorative items for interior design. That said, the game has some aspects that might not appeal to everyone. The most noticeable is its strong push to make you kill bosses in a fairly fixed order. Bosses whose level is 4 or more above yours take significantly reduced damage, so even if you perfectly learn their moveset, the fight will drag on and victory will be nearly impossible. The second drawback is the limited range of crafting options in the first half of the game. There's no traditional XP or leveling system. Your level depends entirely on your equipment. Bosses unlock workbenches, without which you can't craft better armor sets and weapons. Since you can only realistically defeat bosses close to your own level, usually around 4 to 6 at any given stage, crafting also ends up being done in a fairly strict order. Early on, there are a few items you can actually craft, and you'll need to take down quite a few bosses before this limitation stops being an issue. The third drawback is that there's a fair amount of grind. To unlock passive abilities or craft certain items, you need to farm crystals, which only drop during an event that happens once every 40 minutes. As production chains become more complicated at higher levels, you'll need large amounts of resources for crafting gear and weapons, far more than you can gather incidentally while hunting enemies, meaning you'll have to farm specifically for them. A particularly unpleasant downside is the constant backtracking. Until you unlock a fast travel form, you'll spend a lot of time running from one end of the map to the other. On standard server settings, carrying resources in your inventory prevents you from using portals, greatly limiting their usefulness. On top of that, the game features a day-night cycle, and during the day you must stay in the shadows, because sunlight deals massive damage and cancels your travel form. While this adds some unique gameplay situations, it often creates a lot of inconvenience. On a personal note, I wish there were more active skill slots on the action bar. 2 come from your weapon, and 4 more can be chosen from the magic schools. Considering the impressive arsenal of spells, a few extra slots wouldn't hurt. It might require some balance adjustments, but it would definitely improve the experience. Despite some issues, overall V Rising is a good game. There's plenty of content, crafting, and base building. The mechanics are easy to pick up but challenging to master. You have access to an impressive selection of skills, spells, and talents. Combat is dynamic and fun. On brutal difficulty, the game is truly tough, offering a real challenge. Expect hundreds of hours of gameplay and dozens upon dozens of failed attempts to take down the next boss. By the time you finally defeat Dracula, you might feel like an undead yourself, ready to claim his throne. If that's your thing, welcome aboard. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Play good games, stay healthy, and may you have peaceful skies overhead.